Alright, so now that we have the first part of the base done, we're going to keep going and add the arm. So we're going to go to place, and the first piece we're going to bring in is going to be part 4, the pivot rod. Now we're going to do an insert constraint for this. So we're going to go to constrain, select insert, and we want the bottom of this rod. So I'm going to click on the bottom half of the rod, and then I'm going to rotate our base until I can see all the way in the bottom here. See how you can click on either the top, the middle section, or the bottom? You want to make sure you're clicking the bottom. Now mine went upside down, so the way to fix that, and you're going to have to do that probably a couple times here, is by selecting this aligned button. So if you select the aligned button, it goes back up where you want it. Alright, so now the next piece we're going to bring in is going to be the yoke base assembly that we already made. So I click on place, yoke base assembly, and then drop that in. We're also going to do an insert on this. We're going to go to constrain, insert, and this time we want the top of the rod into the top of this back hole. There's a front one and a back one. You want to go into the back one. And again, mine went upside down, so I'm going to hit that align button to get it the right side up. Alright, so now we're going to put in the arm. Before we do that, we're going to insert a rod here. That's going to be our part 21. So I go to place, the part 21 rear pivot rod, drop that in, and we're going to do the same thing. We're going to use a constraint and an insert, and we want the end of this rod into the back side of this hole, and you can see it's coming out the wrong way, so I hit align to get it to go the correct way. Alright, almost done. We're just going to put our arm on. So we click on place, and we bring in our arm assembly. And I'm just going to kind of move it so it's sort of close to our yoke assembly here, and zoom in just a little bit. So to attach this is going to be 2 constraints. So I click on constrain, and we're going to do the center of this rod and the center of this hole. So that gets it in there, but it can still slide back and forth. So we want to stop that. So the second constraint is going to be the flat part of this arm here to the side of our the yoke assembly. Alright, now I'm just going to click on my view cube here and get a nice flat view so that I can flip the arm around. Now when you're moving this arm, it might get kind of shaky, it might move kind of fast when you're trying to adjust stuff. Alright, so here's our arm. There we go. Now you're ready to go ahead and put it into a drawing. Now to put it into a drawing, you want it to look similar to mine. So we're looking at a nice side view here. We have the arm coming straight out, something like this. The arm can be a little bit lower, a little higher, but you want to keep it in this general position. So now I'm going to open up a drawing, get rid of the ANSI large, then I'm going to bring it in. So as you can see, when I bring it in right now, it's huge, so we're going to have to adjust the size. So we're going to go to scale here, and half is pretty good for this. We want to use the current orientation so that it looks like the way that we just adjusted it. We want to make sure that it's in color, and we want hidden lines removed. So I'm going to drop it in this bottom left corner. And then place one in all 4 corners. Right click, create. Alright, now for this one you do not need to put in dimensions because it would be just too many things to measure. But we do want to put our name on it. So T for text, click where you want your name to go. And remember, before you start to type, like I typed first, I should have changed the size first, but I didn't, so now I'm going to highlight my name and then change the size to 0.5. But it's a lot easier for you guys to change the size first and then start to type. So there you go. That is our drawing. So now you're going to just turn it in on Canvas, turn it into the arm section.